Okay. The pillars of our society, if you will. That's the hint I'll drop before I actually say what I'm going to talk about. So basically, a while ago, there's a certain food that was thrown into existence. It was so delicious that everyone loved it, and maybe everyone loved it too much. In fact, people became obsessed. Oh, well, that's not what we're going to talk about right now. We're going to talk about something else. And what I'm talking about, it's the Rice Krispie treat. You probably figured that since the beginning of the video. I've been dropping hints, but do you know why the Rice Krispie treat was created? Because I do. In fact, I was there that day. It was a very sad day, a day full of joys and a day full of agony. Back in the 17th century, there was a man named Hazino. He was an extremely beautiful and cute man. He had so many friends. He had lost count when he was a young man. That's how many friends he had. And he had so many ladies that there wasn't enough ladies for the rest of the world to reproduce and make babies. And humanity, they just started going extinct, and the world, they didn't know what to do. I mean, like, the government was like, what are we gonna do, bro? We should just kill him, frame it as an accident. And then he was like, nah, dude, then the whole world would go crazy. And then yeah, they didn't know what to do. But this man named Hazino Gavina, he was probably the kindest man it's the kindest man I ever met by far. He was such a kind man. He realized what was happening, that since he was so beautiful, cute, amazing, charismatic, he was just a wonderful person, that nobody else could have a wife. And this bothered him. That's how kind of a man he was. And no one could do the zip diddly kiddly do, and they couldn't carry on their genes. But the thing about Hazino is, he realized this. So one day he was at his house, and he decided, I'm gonna fix this. And then he pulled out his freaking oven mitts, and he just started cooking. He's like a freaking master, you know. When you say somebody's doing the disco, they're discoing with the disco ball. You know what I mean? And he wasn't even a female, but he was an amazing cook. He was amazing at everything. And by the way, anyone who saw this man, even if it was a guy or a girl, they just wanted to slobber the knobber, if you get my drift. And he just started cooking, and he could hear the cheers outside for him. They wanted to talk to him. They wanted to spank him. However, he kept trying. And he finally had made something so great, something so magnificent. Today, we like to call it the Rice Krispie treat. And the point of making the Rice Krispie treat was so that he could make something so delicious, so wonderful, that they would forget about him. They would forget about his beautifulness and only focus on the amazing thing he created. And he freaking after that, he just started creating Rice Krispies like crazy. But then when he went outside, the whole world was just sitting out there waiting for him. Everyone wanted a piece of this man. I didn't, because I literally don't feel urges like that, but I wanted to meet the guy because everyone had been talking about him, and I could see he was strong. However, nobody could beat him. I was confident that even I could not beat him at that moment. I could beat him now, but that was a different time. This guy's a monster, this blue kid. Oh well. So basically, he walked outside and he realized he didn't have enough Rice Krispies for everyone. And then he was like, okay, I'm gonna have to change my approach. So he started selling them. You know, he's a really kind man, but he wanted to make everyone hate him. So he started selling them, and it's like, well, why would you sell them, bro? Why not just give them out for free? Everyone's here. But it had the opposite effect. Now everybody loved him and his Rice Krispie treats. He was so confused. He was like, these are so delicious. Why don't you love the Krispies and not love the Hazino? And his name's Hazino. I don't know if you remembered that. But basically, he was like, okay, I'm gonna have to fake my own death. You know, the obvious approach. So he it was gonna be a fake death, and he started making the Rice Krispies. I could tell that's what he was gonna do the moment I saw his eyes, and I was crying because he was a good man. He didn't deserve this. He was gonna be alone for the rest of his life because nobody was allowed to know he was alive, and he just started making the Rice Krispies. But then something tragic happened. Something so tragic that I might not have been able to come back if it wasn't for my ultimate power, my power level of 10 billion. While he was making the Rice Krispies, there happened to be a banana peel from his breakfast on the ground. He slipped, and he fell into the oven, and then the oven door was shut, and he was burned to death. Now, many people think that he is still alive to this day, but only I was at his funeral. The whole world was there. It was a tragic, tragic day. Nearly all the stock markets crashed that day. There was nothing. Everyone was poor, but it was all right because we were all at the best man in the world's funeral, other than myself, of course. I'm better than this man. The ladies loved me. The ladies loved me. So yeah, and I was there, and to be honest though, I think he's still alive to this day, making Rice Krispies. I'm just really glad that Hazino Gavina left us with his legacy. Hazino Gavina, January 24th, 1669 to 1701. It was his death. Thank you for watching.